guys, so after my last post I really reflected and was just thinking about how I could make my next video a lot more productive and hopefully less overwhelming for people who are more on the beginner side. So I decided to film my full face routine without shadows. So this is something that I struggled with before because I'm just like, how can I go without shadow? Like, how do you do that? Or just for people who just don't care for shadow, like you can still have a full face and this could be your glam on any serious day. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how I did that. So here's a list of what you'll need. And this is a list of the products that I'll be using. So now I'm just going to outline the top of my brow. So I'm just kind of going up until where I have like really little hairs that are growing in. So yeah, I'm going to do the same on the bottom. Outline pretty much where there's like sparse hairs. I'm going to kind of create more of a shape here. So I'm just going to bring this out a bit and just bring it down. I'm going to fill the bottom, just like line it out. And then I'm going to do brush strokes up. That's how I fill in the fronts. I don't want the fronts to be too thick because I want it to look like a natural ombre kind of brow. I'm going to go a little bit into the center of my brows just to kind of make my brows look a little longer. And yeah, that's pretty much that for this brow. So I'm going to just highlight. My brow bone, so I'm just concealing it. So you just want this to look as clean as possible. Like I feel like that's the main goal when you are trying to clean up your brow. So if you're doing this and you find that it looks patchy, you might want to try, I don't know, stabilizing your hand. Maybe you're going too far into the brow hairs. So I'm going to just line the front of my brow. So this is a NARS foundation, and this is the foundation I'm going to be using as the base for my eye because I'm not doing any eyeshadow with this look. Then I'm just going to blend it with my beauty blender. And always blend into the middle of your brows as well to blend the fronts. So now moving on, I'm going to set this with banana powder. This is gonna help avoid creasing on your eyelid. I'm gonna use this brush here. So this is the Real Technique, the name came off, but I'm sure if you search up Real Techniques brush, you'll see this orange one. It's like a little small powder brush. And I'm just gonna dab in the powder. I kind of messed up. I went ahead and fixed that off camera, and now I'm just putting on some mascara. I'm just gonna put my lashes on using the MAC Lash Applicator. Here I'm just cleaning up the top of my brows with the LA Girl concealer, and I'm just using a cheap concealer brush from Amazon. I'll put the link down below. So I'm gonna blend down here, and then blend into the middles to make my brows look more natural on the fronts. Then I'm gonna just pat to blend this concealer. And you're gonna get makeup into your hairline for sure. Like, it needs to blend. So that's that. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the face routine. Here's a list of the products you'll need. And here's a list of the products that I use. I'm gonna start with my nose. My nose gets super oily, so I like to put a little bit of the Hourglass Veil Primer. I just like to use this brush. So this is the JESSUP blending brush. And I'm just gonna apply this all over my nose. And then I'm going to apply some of the Milk of Magnesia. So I feel like this combination works for me the best because my nose gets super oily, like crazy oily, and then it just kind of changes the color of my foundation because it oxidizes more on my nose. And then I just look weird. And then it takes away from the highlight on my nose and the contouring, and then I just look like a fool. So now I look really crazy, but it's a part of the process. So to prime my actual, like the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with MAC Time Check lotion. So I'm just gonna apply this in dots. Just gonna rub it in with my fingers. One thing I hate about filming tutorials is moments like this when you look crazy, but whatever, it is what it is. It gives you a really smooth base, minimizes pores, and it has like a silicone base, but a lot of silicone based primers are like super mattifying. This one's still a little moisturizing, not completely, but it has some moisture to it for sure. I'm literally like living on the last amount in this little drop right here. Drop some onto my face and just pat it in to my skin. This is what I use to apply my foundation. Also, I use this to apply my concealer, so I'm just gonna cover this up so I don't look crazy anymore, and I'm gonna blend it out. Apply some on my forehead and right in front of my hairline, and then I'm gonna just blend it with the Beauty Blender. Again, you're just patting. Try to avoid touching your eyebrows as much as possible. I'm applying my concealer under my eye, and then I'm gonna kind of create a line here. And then I'm going to bring it onto my nose. I don't contour with concealer. I just highlight because it's a lot to blend. If I do that, it's usually for like a bigger event or brides. I feel like this is the most game-changing part of makeup, highlighting and contouring, because it's really like just accentuating your face in all the right ways if you're doing it right. So now I'm just gonna blend this out. And now I'm just gonna take the Beauty Blender, I'm not gonna add any more product, and just kind of highlight my jawline here. Do the same on this side. I'm gonna take a lighter concealer. So I would usually use Fawn. I don't know where my Fawn concealer is. So it's the same one I used to highlight my brow bone. And I'm gonna put some on my nose. Okay, now we're just gonna blend this out. Is it super necessary to do this stuff? No, because you already highlighted, but I usually do 2 concealers. Especially because I want under my eyes to be the main highlighted area on my face. And I'm just gonna blend out the concealer on my nose. So now I'm gonna move on to setting my face. So to set my face, I start with my under eyes. I like to go back and just make sure they're blended well. There's no creasing before I set it. I'm using the same Real Techniques orange brush, and I'm just gonna pat in the banana powder. So that's the powder I'm using to set. I'm not gonna bake, I'm just gonna set it with the brush. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So again, blend first and just set with the brush. I'm bringing this onto my nose a bit too. So wherever I highlighted with concealer, I'm setting with the banana powder. For my powder brush, I like to use a tapered one. So this is the tapered face brush from JESSUP brushes. So what I did here was I tapped my brush in some banana powder. Then I lightly tapped the brush over my jawline where I highlighted. Then I'm not going to add anything more to the brush, and I'm now going to just set the rest of my face. So just the contour area on my cheek and my forehead. Now to set the highlight that I put on my nose, I'm just going to pinch the Beauty Blender and go along the bridge of my nose. I'm going to take the Real Techniques brush. I'm just going to set my nose. So this is what I use to contour and add color to my face with blush. So it's a blush palette. These are all blushes from MAC. I'm using Film Noir and Swiss Chocolate to contour. I'm gonna first go in with the Swiss Chocolate and first just warm up my face. And then I'm gonna put some onto my jawline as well, and also like along my chin here. And then I'm gonna lightly tap onto my hairline. Now I'm just gonna take the Film Noir blush and make this contour more significant. So now I'm just gonna define my contour by adding some banana powder, and I'm gonna blend it out so it's not too harsh. I'm applying some blush over my contour to just add some color to my face. I'm also gonna put a little bit of my orange blush as well. This is the MAC Loudspeaker blush. It's discontinued, but I love it. I'm gonna just go onto the sides of my nose. And I'm gonna bring this into my brow line a little bit. Now before I apply my highlighter, I'm just gonna spray my face with Fix Plus. I'm just going to tap this on. I don't know why I look so serious here, but anyways, I'm gonna move on to highlighting the bridge of my nose and also the tip of it. So I'm using the same highlighter brush, and I'm just using the side of the brush to do this. I'm just gonna hold my brush, squeeze it, make sure it's like dense and nice and tight. And then I'm gonna just pat it underneath my eyes to bring the color back. And this is also adding to the highlight under my eyes. I'm going to line my lips with the MAC Chestnut liner. Then I'm gonna line it with a dark brown brow pencil from the hair store. I'm pretty sure you can get this at any hair store. Doesn't really matter. I just want my liner to be a bit darker than Chestnut is. So I'm gonna put that right on top. Here I'm just applying a lip stain from NYX, and this is just because the lip gloss I'm going to put on top is not very pigmented, so it's not going to stay on as long without a lipstick or lip stain underneath. And then I'm just going to apply the lip gloss. So this is the NYX Butter Gloss. This is like one of my favorite nude glosses. Only thing I don't love is that, like I said, it's not that pigmented. It doesn't stay on really long. So this is the finished look, y'all.